What's up, you guys? Welcome to all my new subscribers. Shout out to y'all. I just be thinking while I'm walking, and I just can't believe how the tricks of the enemy has really panned out for society. Like, he really has tricked everybody. He is tricked, and they're continuously tricking us all. They really have our minds programmed, and we don't even know. People don't even see it. This girl in the comments, it wasn't my comments. It was it was on a live I was on yesterday. And the girl, India, was, talking about there's enough out there for everybody. And the girl was like, do you really believe that there's enough for everybody? Like, it just saddens me to see how people really don't believe that things are possible for them. Like, you really think that it's only enough out here for somebody else, but not you. But that's because we've been programmed. And this is why I say we have to do a lot of unlearning. Like, as an adult, if you're in your 20s and over, especially like if you're 25 and over, but if you even 21, if you can learn now to start unprogramming from a lot of the things your parents and peers and said, they've taught us some good things, but a lot of things, even they are programmed to fit into the system and society, what society says, and the schooling we go to is to program us. Y'all don't understand the real that's going on in the world. How it's about mind control and population control. Everything. COVID really pissed me off because when I saw the amount of people that was in like panic mode, like they have us so fearful of everything. That's all a part of their plan. They be sitting back like little puppet masters, just playing with the population. And that's why the chosen ones, the rebels to society, that's why I told y'all in that other video, I'm a rebel to society. Anything that society do, I want to do the opposite. Y'all condemn this. I want anything that society say is the norm, I want to do the opposite. Like, I don't want to fit in with society at all. I don't fit in. If society says you should only wear short hair, I want the longest hair that there can be. If society says that whatever society says, I want to do the opposite. Because society is ran by the enemy. Because the enemy has dominion over earth, because he was expelled out of heaven along with his little demon seeds that was following him. He was expelled out of heaven and kicked down here to have dominion over this. So now we're put in a position where we have to use our brains to think, to try to navigate through life. And a lot of people refuse to do the thinking because you've been trained to not think for yourself. You've been trained to have everybody think for you. You've been trained to be a follower. You've been trained not to speak up. You've been trained to be silenced. You've been trained to not have a voice. You've been trained not to use your voice. God ain't make you deaf. If you're not deaf, there's no reason you should be scared to speak up about anything. God gave you a voice box for a reason. Everybody don't have it. I had two deaf grandparents. My grandmother is deaf. She don't have the ability to use her voice. And believe you me, the way that lady speak her mind without being able to speak physically, if she had a voice, that lady probably would have been one that was really giving people a run for their money when it comes to speaking up. And you have the ability. My grandma don't have the ability to speak out her mouth, to speak up about things. But we do. And we choose not to because we've been silenced. We've been programmed. Our childhood, we don't understand the effects that a lot of our childhood has on our mental capacity. We don't understand. Satan been trying to get to us since kids. He have gotten to a lot of us as kids. And like I always say, the whole purpose of the attack on children is to mess up the population. Because if you get them while they're young, this is how God says, train the child up in the way they should go, so when they old, they won't depart. The enemy uses all God's tactics for his good too. So he said, okay, let's get to the kids while they're young, so that way we can mess them up. We can brainwash them. We can have control. His whole thing is to have control. He wants to have control and power like God does. So he wants to counter anything that's of God. That's the godly way to do. The way that God ordained for us to have. God wanted us to have a nice life. He wanted us to have it to be none of the sins that's running rampant out here. But guess what? Adam and Eve did they do, and now we suffering the consequences because Satan tempted them, and she didn't pass the test. She didn't pass the test. She didn't remember what God told her versus what the enemy tried to trick her out her spot. The enemy tricked the girl out her spot, and now we all paying the price for it. And that's why he tries to trick us all. He tries to get us all. But the whole plan is to, if you get them while they're young, you can mess them up for life. You get mind control over them. Mind control is everything. That's why I say the power of the mind is not a joke. You have to train your mind. You have to unlearn all the bullshit that you have been taught. All of it. Everything. Especially when you've learned that stuff from other people that are in them same situations that ain't got out of it. They still in the trap. Man, I talked about this in a video before, with the whole COVID stuff. I was like, to see the amount of people that just really believe that, oh, if I don't go get that, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna, like, what? Like, I remember when my mama was bothering me about that. I'm like, not you too. Not you work in the healthcare field and you still green to what's going on. You work in it. I don't work in it at all, and I see the tricks of that stuff. I'm not no medicinal, no regular medicinal type of person. I'm about the earth, herbal, my herbalist. I'm that. Like, I'm on my journey even with that because, yeah, God got me on a couple missions here, baby. God got me on a couple missions here. But we got to awaken. And it takes time. And for me, it did take toxic stuff to awaken me. It took me to go, I swear, well, not swear, but for every awakening that I've had, it's been after a toxic relationship. It's after a toxic relationship that has awakened me. It's after traumatic experiences that has awakened me. You don't want to have to wait to go through some of these things to get awakened. Like, take heed, pay attention, observe, open your mind, consume new information. Consume new information. Think outside the box. Like, you have the brain. You have it. You got to open your mind to what's really going on. And I don't know if y'all heard about that story with the little girl. Her mom basically beat her in the Bronx. The girl Jalea, the little 6-year-old. I watched that video, and it was on that girl page. And I'm like, it's just ridiculous to see how the enemy be working through people. Working through your own mama. The enemy will work through your own family. Your own family. But the thing is, because we are marked, this is all biblical. What I've been telling y'all in them videos y'all gotta look at my playlist about who we are as black people. Who we are. I got another video coming out about how everything, the whole system, everything, as I'm reading, I'm like, everything was meant to keep God's chosen people down from the beginning of time. They've altered everything. Wait till I post that video about the time, about the calendar. Everything has been altered to get us off track, to throw us off, to have us serving other gods that is not our God, to have us being idolatrous, like all tricks of the enemy. And to see how the enemy be using our very own parents, to trick us out our spot, to hurt us while we're that young, to mess us up. Because even they see your light. They see your light. They see you're the different one. They see it. Because you're marked since birth. Me having kids, I see it in my children. I see it. And if I was a demonic person, I would be trying to do whatever I can to hinder my children, to stop them like these narcissistic parents do that are battling severe demons. Narcissists battle severe demons. Severe demons. They let the enemy just live in them. Let's come squat there and take over. He come take over. You put yourself in a position to let the enemy use you. You don't have to let the enemy use you. You can, at any given moment, you can kick him out. Evict him. Evict him. It just saddens me. And this is why we have to unlearn a lot of that programming that we learned as kids. We have to heal our childhood wounds. We have to heal from that stuff. We have to come to some revelation. We have to understand. We have to understand. Because if you don't, you're going to keep on just maneuvering in life, lost, letting the enemy take control over your mind. And you can't do that, bruh. You can't do that. They see from a very young age. They know. And a lot of them know. And one thing I'm learning, I'm like, dang, people know. People know. This is why people get so mad when you talk about God, when you talk about Jesus, because they know what's real. Your government officials know who God is. They know. What did I tell y'all in the videos with Putin, with Russia, and everything that they want to do to America? Even the president know. They know God. As I drive around, like, America is built on the Bible. Look around you. I'm reading, I told y'all I'm reading Jubilee. And I'm like, the other day I'm out Frisco. Lately I just been seeing so many street names that's in the Bible. Like, they know that stuff is real. The cities are named after that stuff. The street names. They know God is real. And that's why they try to rebel against him. That's why they try to rebel against him. They put out these agendas. They are the true enemy. The government, they are the enemy. They promote destruction. They promote division. They promote everything to have mind control over the people. And we fall for it. We fall for it. They do this. Look at the whole system, the whole CPS system. Everything is meant to torture these kids instead of helping these kids. When they have the power to help the children, they want to cause further harm to the children. Some parents get their kids taken. And that's why it pissed me off with my mama and them calling CPS on me, because you really gonna play those type of games when there's kids out here really getting abused, neglected for real, and you want to play those type of games with me. You want to get my kids removed from me because you want to find a way to take me down. You want to find a way to hurt me because ain't nothing else working. When there's kids out here really getting abused, that poor little baby got killed by her own mama. To see the fear in that baby wouldn't even look her mama in her eyes. She never was looking in the pictures. Y'all gotta go, if y'all don't know about that story, go Google it, because that thing saddened me. But I'm just so sick of the attack on children, because I'm so sick of it. Y'all take advantage of precious little children. You want to steal their innocence, but it's nothing but the enemy. And the enemy worked through. He needs people to work through. And this is why it's important to become strong and sharp and to get close with God so he can pour his strength onto you. He can pour his strength onto you. He can strengthen your mind, because it all starts here. Like I said in that Mindset is Everything video, y'all need to go watch that video if y'all have not watched that video, because mindset is everything. And when you have a weak mind and a weak soul, oh, that's when the enemy can come and get right in you. You easy. It's easy gateway. You left the door open for him. You opened the door for him to come in and dwell within you. You open the door for him. So it's easy for him to come use you. It's easy. And this is why he gets to the little kids. The whole objective is to steal their innocence. to steal their peace, to disrupt them from very early on. So that when they grow up, he already got control over your mind. He already messed you up. Now it's easier for you to go out, and as you grow up, you go and get attracted to other toxic stuff, other demons. You get tricked out your spot. You get to turn to drugs. You get to turn to everything that's going to cause more disruption for you. You get to turn to things that's going to allow the government, the enemy, to have more control over you. You're going to easily fall for the schemes. It's easy when you get them while they're young. When you convince them while they're young that you ain't nothing, that you ain't good enough, that you'll never be nothing, that you ugly, that you this. It's easier to get you while you're young. That's how many kids feel suicidal from young age, because the enemy be getting to them while they're young. My daughter, a couple months ago, she was like, hold on. My daughter, she was like, she was like, Mommy, I hear voices. I was like, you hear voices? Oh shit, man. Like, I said, well, what are the voices saying? She was like, I don't know. I was like, well, I mean, what do you hear? She was like, I mean, I hear my name. Like, she was like, I hear my name. It's calling my name. I said, okay. And then what did you say? What did you say back? She said, nothing. I said, well, what else? Like, what did it say? What did the voice say? She said, it was saying Ceylani. Ceylani, she was like, it was calling my name. And then she said, it said hi. I said, okay, that's probably God. I was like, okay, thank God. That's probably God. God be calling you just like he called Moses. Just like he called Jacob. He be calling you. It's a calling on your life. I see my sweet baby. I see it in both my kids. I see it. But if I was that demonic person, I would try to corrupt them. Nope, because I see what your purpose is. I know you're destined for my little girl, my 6-year-old, both of my kids. My little baby, she probably gonna be doing like me. She probably gonna be speaking, especially since I feel like she's delayed with her speech a little. And, she was delayed with walking. And this little girl, she got so much to say, but her words just not coming out yet. And just from everything, I feel like my little baby, she gonna be a speaker. She gonna be a speaker. That's why the enemy trying to close her up now. All of that. My other baby, she's destined. Her creativity is out of this world. She's out of this world. She's so creative. But if I was a mean mama, if I was letting the enemy use me, I would probably try to convince her, nah, your drawing's ugly. Those outfits, get that out my face. This, that, and that. Trying to poison her brain. But I'm not like that. I pour into my children. Because I see what she's greatness. I see that she's great. And I'm going to do everything to instill and make sure that she knows she's great. To know that she's talented. And to know that my baby's going to be a famous designer one day. She's going to be a famous painter. I see it in her. She's going to be well known. Her art, she's going to make millions of dollars off of her creative skills. I already see it. And this is the thing. A lot of times, your parents, they already see it. They already see it from a little child. This is why you're scapegoated. This is why you're casted out. They see the light in you. And when you are a dark person, when you're dark, that light irritates you. It's like waking up early in the morning to bright sun and you just waking up. You don't want that light flashing all in your face when you sleep. It irritates them. It irritates them demons to see a young little person. How you so full of light? How you know so much? You got so many people threatened by the youth. They threatened by younger people that know more than them, that's doing more than them. To see little kids, I told y'all, my little daughter, man, God uses my daughter all the time to help me. I will never hate on my little daughter for having the wisdom that she had at 6 years old. That's why I always say you can learn from the youth. You never feel like you can't learn from the youth because they younger or they don't know. For one, a lot of times people don't believe in reincarnation, but it's real. I feel like I know for a fact I've been here before. I've been too wise before my years. I've always had, like, I was just too aware of stuff, like, and that's why I was treated like that, because it's like, well, girl, who are you? You too young, and you know more than me, and you trying to give me advice, and you younger than me, like, but my daughter does it. And I be like, okay, Savani, I'll listen to her. Even with stuff when it comes to my little baby, she's like, Mommy, I don't think you should do that. Well, I don't think you should let Ari do that. And I'd be like, oh, she all right. And then Ari mess around, hurt herself. Or she mess around, and I'd be like, oh, I should listen to Ceylani. Like, it's like the way God uses that little girl. I'm telling you, this is why they got this thing with the youth. They want to hurt the youth so bad because, for one, the youth is the future. And that's why I'm so big on the youth, because it's like, how dare y'all want to hurt the youth when they're the future generations? They are our future. Did they lock this? Oh, yeah, they locked that. Let's go with the other one. How dare you try to hurt the youth when they're the future? They are the future. But the enemy know that. He know that. That's why he want to corrupt them. So by the time that they hit their future, by the time they hit their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, he already got them. He got them being the puppet master, able to do exactly what he want to do with them. Like, and just like he does. He got control over everybody. I see it. And when he can't have control over the chosen ones out of God's children, when he don't got control over us, he want to kill us. He want to send one of his little demon seeds in there for us to get in relationships with him so they can destroy you. Like narcissists do. They want to destroy, kill, steal, destroy. They on assignment. They walking in their assignment. Make sure you walking in your assignment. Get the wisdom. Get the knowledge. Like, we will prevail. We will not let the enemy win. Because one thing about it is I'm going to keep fighting this mother freaker until I check out. And I'm going to keep on showing up and doing my due diligence. Because, baby, enough is enough. I'm tired. Like, I feel like I've lived so many lifetimes because I'm so tired. I have a low tolerance for bullshit, though. I have a very, very low tolerance. That's why I cut people off. I ain't with it. You getting on my nerves too much, you gotta go. I'm like, literally, I've always been a no-nonsense type person. I don't care how long I knew you. I don't care who you are. Titles mean nothing to me. If you disturb my peace, you gotta go. If you fake and I can't trust you, you gotta go. Life's too short to have people around me that I gotta walk on eggshells with, that I can't trust. I can't talk about nothing with you because you're gonna be envious of me. You're gonna be plotting on me. Life too short for that, boo. I'd rather be alone, move solo like I always have, because I'm at the most peace when I'm by myself. At the most peace. You know? But we gotta realize the tricks of the enemy. They got our minds. They got it. COVID showed me every day. I'm like, damn, they really got people's minds like this. They scaring y'all out of jobs for this shit. Like, to hell with this job. You think you about to stick me up with some stuff? My doctor even tried to get me to, I was pregnant at the time. She was like, you sure? Every time I came, you still don't want it? No, I don't. Don't even give me that damn flu shot. I don't fuck with none of that. Like, you know, and even part of me really don't be wanting to even get them little shots. I still do have gotten my kids, you know, they regular shots for school and stuff. You know, even with that, all this stuff, I be feeling like it's a lot. They be putting shit in our stuff. Literally. They got to, though. How do you control the people? How do you control the masses? Everything is about control. If you even understand what's going on with the wars, everything is about control. When I read the Bible, I'm like, everything has been about control because God is about control. People think that God do give you free will, but people think that God not trying to control you. God is trying to control you. That's why he'll allow the devil to get to you. That's why he'll allow setbacks to keep happening for you, because he's trying to get you to do what he wants you to do. He's trying to get you to do what he wants you to do. He manipulates too. Like, Because this is his world and he created it for his purpose. And when people are not doing what he wants them to do, he created this world for a purpose. He created people to do, he put gifts inside of everybody to do specific things. And this is why he will cause you to take L after L. He will cause you to get into this toxic dynamic. Because look what God knew what it took for me to wake up. He knew what it took. He had to let the devil get in. He had to. I would have never had an awakening. I would have never woke up if it wasn't for these things. And he already instilled in me to have low tolerance for BS. Like, I just always have been like that. Always since a young little girl. I didn't ever cared about losing friends. I always been like this. He instilled it in me. My irritation levels, he got me like that. And that's why he already know what it's gonna take. I always tell y'all, with this situation, what it took for me to move to Texas, he knew what it was gonna take. You play by my kids, and I feel like, oh yeah, I gotta get far away from you, my nigga. Gotta get far away from you, cause you ain't about to get mine. No, 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 baby, no. So, yeah, y'all, it's crazy out here, but he know. God want things the way he want it. And until things is the way he want it, he gonna keep sending the plagues into your life. He gonna keep sending plague after plague after plague, like he did with them Egyptians. Like he's done on us as his people. Send plague after plague after plague. I told y'all that in that video the other day. God is angry with black people. He send plague after plague after plague. Y'all think he ain't about no control. It's all about, everything about control. Everything is about control. Everything. Everything. Like, y'all gonna learn God. Y'all gonna learn God true ways. Because I'm gonna teach y'all. Y'all gotta learn God for real. Learn God for real. All this stuff that they done taught. Oh, God just so sweet. Oh, this, that. God is sweet. He's loving. He's all that. But he is not a man that's gonna play with you. He not about playing with you. He want the things the way he want it. He called you here for a certain purpose, and until you answer the call on your life, until you discover your soul mission, he gonna keep sending plagues to you for you to wake up. Maybe I try this, she'll wake up. Maybe if I try this, he'll wake up. Maybe if I try this, I can push him this way. He gotta do stuff to push you into what he wants you to do. Because the enemy then got our minds, got us off track, got us feeling like we just here for nothing, got us feeling like it ain't enough, got us feeling like why don't you feel like why you feel like you destined to live a life of poverty? Why do you feel like that's your destiny? Why do you feel like that? We gotta wake up, bruh. But my arm hurting, y'all. So I'll chat more about this in other videos, because that's all I'm gonna keep doing is preaching. We gotta change our mind, bruh. Mind over everything. Mind over matter. It's all in your mind. Everything. Everything. It's all in your mind. Wake up. Wake up. Turn off the bullshit that you be consuming so that you can wake up. You full of with distractions, filled with distractions. This is what TV and everything about. Programming. All of it is programming. The music, programming. Like I said in that video the other day, programming y'all now. Act bad all summer. Now y'all gonna be out here doing stuff, selling your soul, or trying to sell your soul. You gonna be doing stuff that you're gonna regret later, that's gonna have you falling into, hopefully, in repentance. You know, but one thing about it, it's all a part of the plan. So whatever you do, it's all a part of the plan. But some things can be prevented. Some things can be prevented. Some extra pain that we endure can be prevented. If we just take heed of the red flags, if we just change up some of our ways, if we just change up our thought process, things can be prevented, you know. But God know us, and he know what it take. He knew what it took me, and he know what it's got to take for a lot of us, because a lot of us are hard-headed. A lot of us do use our free will for all the wrong reasons. And then he got to humble us. So, until the next time, y'all, I'll see y'all in the next video. Deuces.